Yeah.
Is you a sugar lady? Or is you a sugar baby?
Well, and Founders.
We trying to find out now. Is you a sugar lady?
That's paying for that thing.
Yeah.
They paying for that thing.
More than 40.
Paying for that thing.
More than 40.
They might buy a couch.
More than
God
40.
damn
They
it.
might get a house.
More than 40.
They want some mouth.
More than 40.
Yeah, we just talked about this. Why is there a white guy with shorts outside?
Because he...
I can't really say nothing to that because I got rips all in my jeans. That's close. These are the black people shorts.
True.
I got rips in my jeans.
See what I mean?
The sun was shining.
What's the telephone number? 248?
248.
804? 804?
809.
809.
5004.
809 5004. 248 809 5004.
I don't
You can't hear you?
I
You gotta
can
get
hear
close.
me.
You have to get close
I
to the
don't
mic.
hear me.
There you
so-
are. You in there. Turn me up in the headphones. Don't do that. Oh, okay.
Oh my God. You got to go. Show's over. She's got the Budweiser.
You don't hear you?
She got the Budweiser.
Is it these headphones, maybe?
You are on.
She got that Budweiser.
No, you should be those.
Hello?
Oh, today is Detroit.
Like
313
seriously, I hear
Day.
I
It
hear
is
you just
313
fine.
day.
Oh, yeah.
I hear you just
Sweet.
fine. Try the headphones next to you then.
Okay.
Turn my headphones up, please. Turn my headphones up.
Headphones in.
No, I'm just talking shit.
I can hear,
I'm
I can hear these. Yeah. I
Okay.
Hey, you know that's how they tell you to turn my headphones up. Give me more.
Give
Give
me
me more.
Turn me up in the
Turn me
headphones.
up in the headphones, B.
Right. I dropped the song in the studio, so sometimes
It's
I
been
did
a
too.
long
I
time.
rapped. Yeah.
Man, come on
I'm
with
gonna
all
let y'all
that
hear
shit,
my
man.
song.
I rapped.
I bet you rap like Shaquille O'Neal.
I'm
and
telling
you
you,
rap like
I had flow.
Kim Fields.
I had
Y'all,
flow.
Yeah.
y'all got to
Yes.
come to karaoke night with me some night.
Yeah, we're gonna bring
'Cause
Shaquille O'Neal
There are
and
many.
Kim Fields.
There
We're
are
bringing
many.
them both.
No. There are many voices trapped in my head, and none of them.
Oh,
are, and
shit.
none of them are white.
Ah,
So
I
I do.
got to
The,
hear
I do the
that.
Humpty dance.
Get the fuck out of here.
It'll make your head. It'll make your head fall off. Louis Armstrong, What a Wonderful World, is my other
God.
go-to.
That's your when you stone. You fucking.
What
And
up?
then,
Oh, yeah.
but I do it with the voice. And then Heavy D and the Boys, we got our own thing.
Get the fuck out of here.
Oh my God.
Now here we got our own thing. We got our own thing. That was my shit.
Y'all
though.
know we're live, right?
Oh damn.
I did not.
We got our
Well,
own thing.
hello, world.
Dilly 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 dilly.
They
dilly,
forgot we was live.
It's another
Hey, it's that tongue work that gets me the girls
Dilly,
without
dilly.
that website.
He don't need sugar
Yeah, that tongue
babies.
work.
NoSugarBaby.com for him.
But
Relax.
it's Friday, y'all.
It's that and doing the Scottish accent, because if you can trill your R's, you're good.
Motorboat to click.
Motorboat.
Make sure y'all got
Definitely.
y'all-
Please.
That's right. Hand sanitizer everywhere.
Make sure your sanitizer is working.
Hand and sanitizer. It's Friday the 13th.
Oh, it is Friday the 13th.
And it's 313
too.
day,
And 313 day.
baby.
And coronavirus everywhere.
And we're live here at V-Life Crew PodcastDetroit.com. Courtney is not with us today, but we have the other three
Boo.
people. All right, boo, Courtney. But Hugh is here.
Wait, can we call and give her shit like we did with you?
Right, we need to. I'm sure Hugh would love that because he always be hating that she be on his head so much. Is that true?
Yeah, no, was it? So we got coronavirus, daylight savings time, Friday the
Yes.
13th,
Cold
and a full
world.
moon all in the same week. Someone's playing Jumanji.
Exactly.
Jumanji.
All these 13s.
How you do the sound? The Jumanji style.
I don't really know the sound. I ain't gonna lie to you like I do. I was finna cap and do something crazy.
You're right. He was on the drum line.
Yeah, it was definitely not the real.
So yes, this coronavirus, we definitely gonna have to speak on that because it's just
The
it's throwing me
corona.
off. I
How
wanted
do
to go
y'all
to
feel
March
about
Madness
it?
this weekend and I can't. My daughter competition was
I'm one of those people.
So what
that
you?
kinda
So
lean
you off
towards-
and the kids off, huh?
yes, but I had to go
What?
to work today because we had to get work ready for the kids that's about to be out for the next 3 weeks.
Okay, so what you got to send it? What is it going out via email?
Well, we're gonna have parents come
Online
pick
classes?
the packets up,
Okay.
but
So are you teaching with gloves on?
no, but the kids definitely had them on yesterday.
What?
The
And
kids had 'em on?
masks, gloves and masks. Mostly my
Okay.
8th graders. I'm like, come on now.
So y'all
They
gave them
think
gloves.
you got it.
They was trying to say like they were not me personally, but somebody gonna tell me to take one for the team so they can be out of school.
What they mean by that?
They want you to get it.
Yes, that was a mistake.
Man.
Just take one for the team. Like,
Oh,
won't
like
you
this-
take one for the team?
Like that's
Feel
the
the
first time you
kids
ever
go.
heard that in your life.
Yes. When it comes to a virus, heck shit. I don't want to take no virus for
For
the
the
team.
team.
Nah, I don't know. Some shots and stuff. That's
I
different.
took one for the team with this big girl. But that's what we
But
call
we
taking
we
one.
heard about that in the chat comments last week.
It was cool though.
Oh my
I ended up loving her.
Oh wow, she had that young.
That one night turned into like a couple years. But
Hey,
that's neither
Benjamin
here nor there.
Franklin.
That's another
No,
conversation.
Benjamin
neither here nor
Franklin,
there.
one of our founding fathers, said you should always go after mediocre-looking women because they try harder.
And guys,
And I see this statistic that overweight people have much better sex than in shape individuals.
Because we try harder.
okay.
Great synopsis.
Dude,
Overweight people.
I'm okay with not having a six-pack. I got a keg. I'm good with it.
Me too. I'm working on it. I got about a.
No, I'm not cool
you know,
with that.
I'm almost there. 18.
Why is
pack
it that you
still.
guys always judging us though? Like, if guys
We don't
have
know.
boobs and guts and butts,
I
and they be
at
looking
my-
like,
I be looking
Ain't
at
nothing
my-
wrong with a little
she's,
fupa.
she
Damn.
needs
Ain't
a,
nothing wrong
she
with a
got a
little fupa.
stomach. She got a stomach.
I don't
I
know
got
who
a
man.
dupa.
Ain't nobody, man.
That's just one less pillow I got to put underneath you when we're doing it that way.
Yeah.
But you know, I feel like grown men don't have that problem.
So what is it? Fuda?
Fupa.
So then,
Fat upper
stop
dick
going after
area.
21-year-olds.
Fuda.
I'm done, Dave.
I
I'm
got a
done.
Fuda.
I stopped
Fat
that a
upper
long
pussy
time
area.
ago.
Because it's
okay?
a fat upper pussy area.
That's
So
the
I
f-
would have a Fuda.
So you
I
got.
got a fat upper dick area.
You got a
It's,
Fuda.
it's some guys out here with some fudas.
It's a lot of
Fuda.
Fudas. Fat upper dick area.
Welcome to the V Live Show.
Welcome
everybody.
to the V Life,
Welcome to the V Life.
where you can have a
Alrighty.
Fuda too.
Fuda.
Fuda,
I'm
fupa.
saying that in my next comedy
Yeah.
shows.
Yeah. If you ever had
Everybody
a
got
Fuda,
Fuda.
Fuda.
A fuda.
Fupa is for women. Fuda is for men.
Wowington.
There's got to be,
That's my mama.
there's got to be like
She
an
ain't gonna
entire.
listen to me, even if I tell
There's
her
got to
to
be
stop
a
calling. I
whole
just got
like
my phone on silent.
Fuda network
just put
joke
it on
there.
silent.
She
There
said
has
shit
to
like,
be.
"Boy, I don't care if you on no damn
Fuda.
I
podcast.
can't have no goddamn podcast. What the?
Is you gonna bring me them cigarettes?
But you gonna bring me them cigarettes.
She crazy,
I'm
man.
saying.
So what you think about this Corona thing?
Okay,
I have banned handshakes,
Yes.
fist bumps,
Okay.
dapping, elbow taps, all of it.
Not from the ladies. you
No,
didn't.
if you want to say hello to me, you better know the kid and play kickstep.
Ah!
Okay.
I'm
That's a
not
good
gonna
one.
lie.
I don't know what
That's
you
a
It
good
come
one.
to
kind
do.
of depends on how you look too. If you kind of like
You know what? Here,
from
I'm
a
gonna
1 to a
take
10, if you like a 9, I might get the Corona for you.
Can't
I'm
do
hugging
that.
you.
Sorry.
Cause I don't know when the next time I'm gonna see you. This. I gotta get this.
You know.
Fuck that Corona girl. Get over here and put them T's on me. Listen. But I ain't gonna lie, I'm kind of in between. I don't believe it's real. I'm one of those people. I don't know if anybody else is like, I don't believe the Corona is real. I haven't seen one person with it. I haven't seen one funeral. I don't know not one
Somebody
person that. I'm serious.
So there have been. So here's the thing, and this is like so.
I'm one of those people that don't believe stuff. I
This-
gotta see it.
This is when I put my biochem degree hat on. So this is one of those things where Americans are going to have a problem with it because it requires a fundamental understanding of math. Because it is not the fact that it's just another virus. It is not the fact that it is something like the flu or something like a cold. It is its rapid exponential growth that has been the issue. Like in Wuhan, China, where it came from, they went from 40 cases to 800 cases to 6,000 cases in 2 weeks. Italy went from a dozen cases to, I believe it was 700 cases
Right.
to more than 9,000 cases in 2 weeks. We are currently outpacing the outbreak in Italy in the United States. From a numbers perspective. So and it is. I mean, and it's one of those things where and I don't want to, like, I'm not trying to fearmonger or anything like that.
Right.
Because the
I
vast,
want people scared though.
no,
I want them
because
scared.
the vast majority of people that get it will be absolutely fine. You know,
Right.
it's those same at-risk groups for the flu
Right.
that are in the at-risk groups for this.
Right.
But the problem is
This is Dave, everybody.
is so much like me. So and I think I've talked about this on the show before. I'm a carrier for strep. Like if strep is floating around, I can
Strep
get
throat.
it. Yeah, but I have no symptoms. And so people I know wind up
catch
getting
it.
it. Or like my son, who's an asshole, who keeps using my toothbrush, will wind up getting strep. And I can't stop him. And so that's one of those things. But that's the issue is like so like
Right.
us we'll be relatively healthy,
Fine,
but carrying it and bringing it back to grandma and grandpa.
Exactly.
And so that's my issue with this whole. Okay, so school's just closed
Right.
for 3 weeks starting Monday.
Yeah, starting yesterday.
So-
today, technically.
Yeah. So who's going to feel the burden of that? Because
The
you got
parents.
no. Because you got yes, because you got single parents and you got both parents working.
Right.
So who's going to get hit up for childcare? Grandma and grandpa. Who's the biggest at-risk category? Grandma and grandpa.
Well, you gotta. Some of these grandmas is only 45.
I ain't gonna see. That's what I was getting ready to say.
I don't know. Maybe great grandmas. Some families.
Gigi.
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 Exactly.
Because
Only Gigi is
I know a girl that's
Or
a granny
granny.
right now. She's 39.
Granny.
grand.
Damn.
39. She's a granny.
Right. So I get what you said too, Dave, because it is gonna be those grandparents and the older lady down the street that you're gonna need to watch your child while you're working. Because some jobs, like you coming to work, like the plant ain't closing. They like, we need these cars made.
We're not shutting down the
Right.
studios.
Right. We not
You know, we're
sure
not-
we here.
Well, but and it's funny. So like we had a conference call with the ownership of Detroit Shipping Company today, and their approach to it is much the same as mine. You know, we're going to stay open until we're told we can't,
Exactly.
or until it is physically not safe to do
to
so.
do it. Exactly.
You know, because again, I mean, dude, I look at all of our engineers. Like all of our engineers are in their 20s and 30s. They're all pretty healthy kids.
Right.
We've got
Right.
Lysol and hand sanitizer in every studio.
Most of the people here.
go
If you
young.
feel like if you have a fever, stay your ass home.
Please.
We'll find somebody else to
Don't
cover your
fucking come
shows.
here.
Don't
Yeah.
even.
but
this
this-
is an excuse for you to stay home.
But listen, big businesses don't care about that. Because I work for Ford.
Yeah.
And
Well-
we
But
have
I'm sure if they-
4,500
Here's a different-
people-
no.
Once you
employees.
start
Depends on your job. The plant's not closing down, but starting Monday,
The
both Ford and
offices-
GM told all the office folks you're working from home
That's
until further
crazy.
notice.
Right.
See, the smaller people, they don't give a fuck about us. If we die, they just going to keep the line going.
They're like, we got so many applicants.
Kick his
waiting.
ass to the side and make that truck go past.
See ya.
And get that temp in here.
We got a robot
Get
waiting.
that motherfucking
no
temp in here.
benefits.
We got a
right?
robot waiting for that
Got
job.
a
That spot on
robot
the
waiting
line.
on that job.
Exactly. And I think like you said too, I feel like the auto industry is looking at the same thing. Of course, for the office workers, by them being obviously, just to hate to say it, a little higher on the totem pole than the workers,
Way higher.
then they're definitely gonna go home. But like Dave said, for y'all, it's gonna be if they say we have to let y'all go home, or if it's so bad that everybody's getting sick, then we'll close. Until
They
then,
shut the
no.
NBA down.
I think it's really getting
But
serious.
you know, they have been talking about that.
I don't
since
think it's
they
just
shut
something we
the
should be just
Asian-
looking. I don't think it should be
Lightly.
something lightly, you know, because because when big businesses start to lose money, that's when you kind of got to look at things.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's just a little different
Like
now.
my friend
I've never seen
401k
the
dropped
March Madness.
$8,000.
I've never seen March Madness and the
Closed
NBA
Dude, the
Stop.
NBA, the NHL are
It's
both closed.
closed.
Not to mention baseball. 'cause
That's
the season's
billions
of
about to
dollars.
Start the opening day
Just
is
push
coming
back
up.
the-
Those
Yep.
are billions of dollars.
I
Yep.
even know
Like Little Caesars is losing millions of dollars right now.
Although, dude, how sad is it? So, and I know this is a total sidebar, but the Detroit casinos finally get sports betting, and all the sports shut the
Shut
Shut down
Is
this
that
year,
crazy?
exactly.
Like
That's
Detroit
crazy.
cannot
But
catch
they
a break.
didn't shut the casinos down. They just gave out precautions. They got
Did
people
they?
wiping the machines down
Okay,
every
okay.
2
Okay,
I thought it
hours.
was shut
I
down.
thought
So-
they were closed.
So, and that's the
No,
weird
I
thing
got
to
an
me.
email.
So, like I said, we had the call with the with the DSC ownership today, and then at about I think it was 1 or 2 o'clock, Governor Whitmer signed an emergency order that bans public gatherings, any event more than 250 people.
Has to be.
Or any gathering in a public space of more than 250 people. So, like like this place being open doesn't qualify as an event, but
Right.
the capacity here is about a little over 500
Yeah.
people.
But you see, they stayed at home.
Well,
tonight.
but so what? So that's the
That's
thing.
early,
but
though.
do
It's
they have
still
to pay
early.
attention to it? Like it's like so like.
I'm not going to lie, this is the emptiest I've ever seen this place.
Dude, this is
Me too.
crazy to me.
Yeah, I was
It's
like, oh.
yeah.
just
I mean,
rolled up.
it's really serious though. You go in any stores, it's no stuff in the stores.
I
Literally,
have a comedy show Wednesday.
there's no rice.
There's going to be 6 people.
There's
in
no
there.
beans.
Yeah, you might want to.
There's no ramen noodles. None of the dry goods. The
Y'all-
corn is gone. Some of the corn is gone in some
Yes.
places. The string beans and all the stuff that you can actually
Come to the
store
marina
Yeah.
Wednesday.
is
get some laughs.
basically being
Yeah.
took off the shelves. No toilet
downtown.
paper.
Which is so dumb.
No
because,
Right.
But again, that's the American mentality 101.
Because we're not ready.
No, American mentality 101. I don't
People are
care what
scared.
anybody else needs.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm going to make sure I'm stockpiled for the next
But I'm not
30
gonna lie.
fucking years.
I seen like 100 and at least 40 people in line outside of the dispensary today.
Well, yeah, I haven't seen the dispensary lines go down
Yeah.
at all.
I mean,
But
they're not going to go down.
well, everybody's anxiety is up like shit. They need some weed.
They need some
I
weed.
need some if I'm sitting in the house for 6 weeks. But
Listen,
I do realize that I
Oh,
did see
man.
this story. I posted it on my Facebook. If you want to know, AD Dare to Be Different, or Adrian Dare to Be Different. But it was a guy who was on there, and he was just talking about how in the city of Wuhan, where this supposedly started from, that
Where's
you know,
Wuhan?
in China, so they just launched the biggest 5G network situation, and you see that
No,
we backed that.
no.
So they did.
No.
I'm not-
This is the
I'm not-
biggest piece of bullshit that
What
I've
is
seen
5G?
floating around. So 5G it's the next. So you know 4G
Next
phones
generation.
and then
Okay.
4G LTE. 5G is the next step.
It's supposed to be quicker.
It absolutely is. And so there's this whole bullshit running around that there is no coronavirus. It's the 5G networks getting deployed, and that's triggering some sort of response in the human body. Here's the thing. A lot of places where
That's ridiculous.
but a lot of places that have had patients show up positive don't have 5G.
Right.
That's not a thing. That's
Right.
that's not really how
Well,
that
that
works.
wasn't what I was about to say. But
Oh,
I was
okay.
about
What
to
was
say
you
was
Sorry.
that the guy, that's okay. That the guy was saying that, you know, the city of Wuhan, they pretty much developed the 5G situation.
They absolutely did.
So lately you just seen the commercials come out with Android with 5G, the new Android A20. So they would say like it was possibly an attack on them because they have that network.
power.
Yes. So now it could be possible that it could be a biological situation because supposedly that the coronavirus definitely affects males of Asian descent.
Right.
And it's a fertility thing. So it's kind of like affecting their fertility.
So
So
I
it
am
could be population.
I am more likely
control.
to believe the one theory that I've heard that actually has a lot of foundation in fact is that there are bioweapons facilities in
Definitely.
Wuhan. And this was something that just got out.
Big.
That's possible.
It's
Like
a lot of
HIV.
things. Like that's that's one of the biggest trade. That's one of the biggest trade community. You know, China, Japan.
Yeah.
Those are the biggest trade. They're trying to capitalize on a lot too.
Dude, have
Yeah.
you seen the stuff coming? Have you seen all the stuff
Like
that's coming out of
Alibaba
Iran?
and all.
No.
Alibaba's
No.
like one of
Iran,
the.
you said?
Yeah, have you seen the stuff coming out of Iran?
No,
Yeah.
what's going on?
So Iran, like they've been like everything's good, everything's fine, don't
Yeah.
worry about us, life's good, and they're one of China's biggest trading partners. Satellite imagery is now showing giant mass graves
I seen
being
that.
built outside their
Yeah.
major cities, and people are like, "Well, if everything's good,
why you buying-
what you need those for?"
And you know the same thing happened
I
here.
seen
Maybe
those.
like
That's
I think
serious,
it was
man.
like 15 years ago, maybe or
think
something like that.
sometimes
Me and my brother
I
was
see what I'm
talking,
saying. It's a
and they had
biological
in
warfare.
Texas. They had a bunch of
Yeah, we don't look at the big
like
picture.
they was building a bunch of
Those
coffins.
That's the problem, right
I
there.
No,
seen
they
that.
was
That was years ago.
Yeah, they was
We
years
think
ago.
so minimal.
They was building a bunch of coffins like down
They
in
even had
Texas
mobile
somewhere.
ones.
Yeah, that they was and like, what is all these coffins for?
For.
What are you building up for? What are you looking to?
Somebody's gonna be dying.
And then you heard, Dave, the book that came out in 1981. I can't remember the author right now. I'm sorry. I have to look it up right quick.
Yeah, there was one in 81 and one in 86.
The 81 one, when they
Yep.
was saying it was a premonition about this the COVID 19 coming out of Wuhan. Like it was a pneumonia like virus.
So
that might come
I
out
did,
of Wuhan.
and I went back and actually did a little research on that
Uh-huh.
one. It's close. It doesn't specifically
It
mention
wasn't
Wuhan.
specific.
It does mention, it is set at the beginning of it is set in a remote Chinese city.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, that's one of those things where with the number of books that have been written over the
Right.
course of history, there's a plot line somewhere for everything that
Always.
friggin' happens.
Yeah.
Like that just is what it is.
It seemed like that because every time something major happens, it's always something that you can
Yeah.
research that was 10, 20, 30
Well,
years ago.
and a lot of it goes
Right.
back to, like, I always laugh, and I was just having this conversation yesterday because somebody brought those books up to me, and I said, look at, like, Nostradamus.
Right.
So the thing with, like, Nostradamus, his predictions, they were so accurate. I'm like, well,
Were they?
he was a lot like those cold reading psychic dudes where they're insanely vague. And it's and like your brain makes it fit the scenario and you go, oh my God, that was so dead on
Exactly.
accurate. No, no,
Right.
it really wasn't.
You
Yeah.
added to it.
Yeah.
Right. You built it up in
did
your
your
mind
mind.
to make it more.
Everybody.
So I always feel like everything stems from something. So it's a little bit in here, a little bit there, a little bit there. I mean, we don't know the actual situation. It could have been, maybe this is a strand that just transmitted from animals to another animal to humans, because we eat animals, unfortunately, even though you shouldn't. Not gonna go there.
But they're tasty.
But they're tasty. You know, they tasty. I
Lamb
just had
chops.
some.
We did not
I
spend
want a
10,000
BL
years climbing to the top of the
right
food
now.
chain to eat broccoli as a main dish. I'm sorry.
Right.
I
So
want a BLT right now.
It's some places that
That
say they don't
sounded
even
BLT.
have the corona. It's some places.
in
that
some
say-
places still doesn't have it.
Doesn't
And then
have it
I
at
was
all.
having theories. People were
Right.
saying that people were going around. Like, you saw the videos of people sneezing on the elevator buttons
Getting
and
shot
spitting
down.
on their
I saw
hand,
that,
rubbing
no.
and all those stuff.
Well,
They
and-
showed a lady
And
do that
sometimes I
shit.
do feel like
I seen the
they
guy from the
sent
NBA,
people into cities.
Gorbet.
Well, but I mean, that's
Rudy
That's
Gobert.
Rudy.
That's
He
viral
was
transmission.
touching all the mics.
And he the one
I mean,
ended up getting
And-
it.
and-
Him
Did
and
you see that guy?
Him
Yeah.
and
Rudy Gobert. He was
him
in the
and
Yeah.
Deontay Williams.
and he was touching all the microphones.
And
And now
he the
he
one
got
ended up
it.
got it.
He's the
Yeah.
one who
Yeah. And passed it to his teammate.
Sucker motherfucker.
Deontay Williams got
Yeah.
it too off of him.
That's why I'm like, come on.
Wowington.
So it's like, it's always,
Deontay
and then
Mitchell.
that's where it comes to, media comes into play, because it's so much fake news versus the real thing. Just like we
So-
saying stuff now, but 10,
Here-
20 years from now, they'll be like, oh yeah, that was
No.
this
So
situation.
I actually I posted this last night after a whole bunch of conversations with the people, and I'm having major flashbacks to Y2K.
I remember why.
Exactly.
Because
Me
so
too.
like I was
This a little
obviously I was a geek. No, it's really not. So it like I was a geek back then, and as the build like before Y2K hit, it was, oh, this is nothing, it's media hype, it's no big deal, and then nothing happened, and oh, this is media hype, it was fake news, it was this, it was that. No, man, that was a lot of people busting their asses to make sure
That the shit
that it
didn't happen.
wasn't a major issue for people. And so I hope 6 months from now, we're making those same jokes about
Right.
everything we're doing right now.
Right.
Like, oh, haha, remember, we shut the schools down. How stupid was that? Hey, remember all the sporting events that got canceled? Haha, how stupid was that? I told you. No, man. Like, so it's that whole, like a lot of people aren't understanding that whole flatten the curve thing that's being circulated around. And the issue is, if you don't isolate people, and this is what Italy, like, I don't know if you guys have read the stuff that's coming out of Italy from like
Yeah.
the doctors and the hospitals and that kind of stuff. They are literally making decisions on who lives and who dies
Yeah.
because they don't have the beds, they don't have
But
the equipment,
that's
they
my
don't have
problem with that, because America right now, we supposed to be leading and all this, but China had that type of response. They had, because they done dealt with these pandemics multiple times.
But you know why?
Why?
They create them.
No. This deck. So
This shit is
They
created.
way ahead in technology.
our
It's not even technology.
our
just
Cheeto in
having
chief.
the facility.
no, our Cheeto in chief.
Cheeto.
Held a press conference today to declare a national emergency. That step should have been taken the beginning of this week.
Yeah, it should have
Easily.
been 2 months ago when they first even heard the first cases.
Oh, so it gets even deeper than this. But let's look at everything we know about Donald Trump. There is no way, it literally had to hit this point with everything else going on before he was going to step back from everything is good, everything's fine. This is no big deal. It's fake news. It's
Right.
this, it's that. So
He
that
said
goes to show you how
coronavirus
serious
would
it
be
is.
going in 2 months.
Yeah.
And
So
it
that goes to
probably
show you
been
how
2
serious
months
this
ago.
is.
Doubt it. But that's my whole thing, though. Just still reiterating the fact that we supposed to be, so forward of a country, but yet we don't. If the same situation that happened in Italy happened in America right now, they will be doing the same thing, figuring out if it get that rampant right now, who lives and who dies. Just like in the war, when you got all this money, billions of dollars right now, people making billions of dollars on the stock market right now. So why don't you have facilities in place
Actually,
where you can
There's
have
losing or
beds?
making.
No, there's a lot of
Sit up.
people losing.
I was about to say
billions
they
of dollars
losing.
on
No,
the
it
summer.
is, of course, but it's gonna be a lot of people making money too. Obviously, the people, the regular people,
Fear
losing,
brings
but the
currency,
people
though.
that's on top is
Yeah.
definitely gonna win.
Fear creates currency.
Yeah, of course it does.
That's the way-
I mean,
that's the
you
way
might feel
war-
like somebody
that's how they
losing
create
in one
wars.
aspect, but
I don't know
somebody
Fear
gaining
create currency.
somewhere
I don't know
else.
how true this is.
Fear makes the stock market go up.
Because oil is at an all-time low right now.
I don't know how true this is, but someone told me that all the companies that were backing Trump when he was trying to get into office are the same companies that are thriving right now. They were all cleaning companies. It was stuff like Purell that was backing him to try to win presidency.
Well, that
Stuff
could
like-
possibly be true.
You know, honestly,
Clorox,
I'm sure that's one of those
Lysol,
things where
Please.
if you look
Fear
at
creates currency.
Like,
And
if
now they created this
Fear
disease
creates
to try
currency,
to
man.
pay those people
well,
back.
but if you look
Wow.
at, I'm sure that's one of those things where, like, if you look at the entire list of companies that backed him, I'm sure they're on there, but it's not all of them. I mean, that's just not
Of
physically
course,
possible.
it's not all of them, but it's few. But like I said, it's so many ways to go this way. Just like
That's crazy.
AIDS, like everybody
In
had
business,
this
everybody
wondering where
doesn't
that
win.
come from.
Everybody doesn't win in business.
Just like when the big
No.
three went
It's
down,
not
a
your
lot
turn.
of people lost money.
It's not your turn. It's
during
not
that.
your turn. It's not
So-
your turn. You
It's
know.
not gonna happen.
Maybe it is a turn thing. You get to make a couple. You get to
Yeah,
make a
it's
couple.
big-
I
it's
wouldn't
big
be
business.
surprised. Like nothing can surprise me at
It's
this
big
point.
business,
Period.
man.
In this country, you cannot surprise me with anything.
Can I
I'm sorry.
sidetrack? And you said Y2K. I remember Y2K. I was at church at Greater Grace, and the Y2K was getting ready to happen, and I was there at. It was about to turn 12 o'clock, and one of my friends, everybody was praying in the church. It was probably like.
Which I don't understand why. Because if you
It was a
can
lot of
count
people in there,
19,
over
20,
1,000.
like-
It was over 1,000
Oh,
people
that was
in
a
there.
huge computer issue.
Fear
I
creates
get it was a
currency.
computer
Yeah.
issue, but it's like that goes back to what I'm saying. Like you got people capable, and I don't care what you say, Dave, but I believe
Fear
it.
creates
They got
currency.
people capable of time travel, capable to go all around here, but you can't fix the digital system where it knows that after 1900 comes 20.
No, we did. That's the point. Is everybody busted their ass and
to
kept
make
it from being
sure
an issue.
that nothing went
No, because like
wrong.
I remember, because I mean I can tell you some of the like in late '98, I was still working at Kmart headquarters, and some of the early testing we did. I mean, like it was doing stuff like printing off vacation and time off checks
Couple
for
years
people.
later.
No, for like 100 years of back pay.
Ah.
So like even dumb shit like that was broken.
Uh-huh.
You know, and it was I mean there definitely were flaws.
100 years of-
And there's actually like there
I
is
need that.
there's
There's
ano-
definitely
like there's
flaws.
another one coming up that like not a lot of because nobody I mean it's only like the really hardcore geeks that are talking about it right now, but like 2032 is a huge issue for the Unix operating system, which is like basically what powers the vast majority of the internet because it has that same critical flaw.
Yeah.
And they're starting to work on it and they think they have
have it.
workarounds for it, but
But you never know.
yeah.
Until it happens.
it's like that's
Till
12
you
years
create-
away.
Exactly.
Well,
But 12 years
yeah.
creep
Till you
up
create
like
the
that.
fear.
Yeah.
to get
And
here.
then that's another
Fear
thing.
creates
I think
currency.
the,
20 it's
I honestly
2020
just
right now,
think
so 2032 we got to worry about something else.
I mean possibly
If
the
we make it out of
internet.
this,
Only internet based, right?
we supposed to be dead
No.
by May.
No?
No. So I mean, you think about it. So like
Internet connects
Unix,
everything.
Unix is the operating system that runs, for example, ATMs.
Oh.
That's the operating system that
Big economy.
runs, you know, like traffic systems, and
Okay.
I mean that's kind of like the backbone of infrastructure. I mean, it's yeah.
So I feel like they only like make it go so far and then they have
Everything
to
has
reset
purpose
it.
in this shit we're going through.
Yeah, it definitely
It's
does.
all a purpose.
I just know that it just seemed like I just feel like media itself because it's so much access to information. Anybody can say anything, and I feel like a lot of people are grabbing it because you got constant people sending stuff that people post on Facebook to groups like, you see that? They just said this, so you can't do this. And it's like, okay, but who is that? You know, like, so it's so much information.
Did you watch The Great Hack on Netflix?
Not
I watched it.
You
I'm
should
gonna see that
you should
tonight.
absolutely watch that. So that
And
is
Dirty Money.
So The Great Hack is the story of the oh god, why am I blanking on their name? The company that got all the information from got Cambridge Analytica that got all the data from Facebook, and literally proved like they showed like they messed with 12 elections around the world and did exactly what before they did it here.
They create the base
Like
on
that-
the internet.
and they knew like so. And you look back, dude. Trump won the election because of 77,000 votes in 3 states.
Right.
They showed how Cambridge Analytica, they weren't targeting region, state, country, county, city. They were targeting you. I know based on his posts,
That you ain't.
he's
voting
already
for
got
Trump.
he's already got his mind made up. There's no sense working on it. But
Exactly.
you,
Possibly.
I might be
By
able
the
to
stuff
sway
you're
you.
posting.
So I'm gonna
Yeah.
I'm gonna target you with all
I'm gonna
these
hit you with
ads
all
and
these
all this
different
sponsored
memes.
content.
And, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that Cambridge Analytica, that thing is big. That Great Hack.
Yeah.
I just watched Dirty Money too on
Yeah.
Netflix. That's a good one. Told you
Yep.
about Wells Fargo and all that. How Wells Fargo was just making up accounts and like creating, like
Just
if you got a bank
creating a
account,
person.
they would create several different other accounts off of you. They don't need no money from you. No big
but
deal.
it makes their portfolio look
But
better.
their portfolio looks good because it's accounts opening.
Right.
Regardless of any money is being transacted, the stocks were going through the roof.
Because these many people
Wells Fargo
banking
stocks
with
were
you.
going through the roof. They killed them. They made billions of dollars. By the
That's
time
true.
it was too late.
It's always It's always all
Can they
type of.
teach
And then they slapped him on the wrist. The dude, he got slapped on
Of
the wrist.
course, because he made so much money for
them.
people.
Slapped on the wrist.
They gonna try to get you to pay for some way. Okay,
And I like
we
how
gonna
they
give
like
you a little
if you,
penalty.
when you watch that stuff, how they just can't recall.
I don't recall.
I have
I
no
don't-
recollection
I have
of those
no
events. Your
recollection.
Honor.
Exactly.
I'm like,
And
wow.
and that's
Through
it-
the whole, I have no
it's
recollection of that, Your
unfortunate
Honor.
that Some African Americans don't
Man, you
get
talking
that
about
teaching.
billions of dollars.
When
You
you
talking
got a
about
good
you
lawyer,
have no recollection.
you gonna know. I don't know.
That's how they. That's
Because
how
how
they
can you
avoid it.
determine what I know?
Without a lawyer.
You don't know
I
if I
have no
remember or
recollection
not,
of those
unless you
actions,
got
Your Honor.
evidence that I remember.
Have no recollection of
I
those
have-
events.
And what you think all the mob?
They
Every
said it
time
to
the
every
mob,
question.
everybody get up there. I don't remember that. I don't have no recollection.
I don't
Or
have no
just like when you learning
I
how
can't
to,
recall
when you
that.
learning
That's
Next
Time,
time
yeah.
my girl go through
more
my phone.
science.
I can't
When you
recall
learning
that. Your
UCC
Honor.
codes and all that, how to conduct yourself in
Next
court.
time she try to
They
go
also
through my
tell you the
phone,
same
it's on.
thing. If you don't have the answer and you can't respond to that judge properly, knowing in your
You don't have no
person,
recollection.
persona, whatever.
You ask
You
for
just-
clarification,
Yeah,
or you just say,
say,
I don't
understand the question, Your Honor.
I don't
And they got to
understand.
keep repeating until you
I'm
can.
sorry, but
ask-
that's how the founders guy got in trouble. Do you remember that story?
Yeah.
What I don't know if he's black. Wait, what? Have you ever met a black man before?
I don't know.
How about
Is they really black?
how about Michael Jordan? Do you know if Michael Jordan's black? I don't know. Never met him. Really? You don't know if Michael Jordan's black
I have
you've
no
never.
recollection.
Hey, you got to. Hey,
I
if it
never-
work, it's
I
always.
have no
That only
recollection.
worked for certain people. Don't you dare, Hugh.
It didn't really work for
Hugh,
him.
I'ma
don't you
try
dare
it.
walk into Frank Murphy talking about, I have no recollection.
They gonna give me life.
You better have that lawyer. So you
Next
better.
time my girl go through my phone, I have no recollection.
I have no
boo.
recollection of those
Clink
events.
clink.
I don't
I have
know
no
this.
So
recollection
you
of
don't
my.
remember talking to this at 10 o'clock?
I have no
I have no
recollection of my
recollection.
access
I have no
code.
recollection.
I have no
I don't even know
recollection
who
of
phone
those
this is.
events.
I have no recollection of those titties
I don't recall those nipples.
at all.
Ooh, y'all is irritating.
The Harvey Weinstein defense.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They gave him
23
Jordan
years.
numbers.
They gave him
Woo,
Michael
He
Jordan.
deserve it. If they gonna take
I'm not gonna lie.
Well,
I know.
R. Kelly about to get 200
R.
years.
Kelly is.
I have to say something.
If
I
Harvey
know
Weinstein
I'm
got
gonna-
23 years,
Bill
I know
Cosby.
y'all gonna be looking at me like I'm crazy. I really don't know nothing about Harvey Weinstein.
well, he's the man.
The-
Most
I mean,
of
I
the
just
movies you
know
watch.
Every
he-
movie we
No, no, no,
watched,
I
every movie you
seen
watched
that.
as a kid, any action
No,
movie,
no, I'm saying
any
like, as far
sci-fi,
as the movies, I
any
understand.
thriller.
No, I know
Just
the
him as a
movies.
person.
I'm
He's
talking
the
about with
origin
the-
of Me Too.
I'm saying with the case
No,
going
literally,
on,
he is.
I literally don't know nothing about his case.
He's the origin
Oh,
of
'cause
Me
you
Too.
haven't been-
No, they don't want you to know
Yeah, I don't
anything
care.
about his case because
Yeah,
they're gonna
I
put
don't-
him in some little.
I mean, if you are
place,
in that
some
era,
little-
like some people are following it, just like people was following Bill.
I didn't even know he
Cosby,
was this
you know.
old until I seen the pictures. I was like, damn, he old as hell. I didn't know.
Oh yeah,
I
because he's
think
been
he-
doing shit for 30
I'm
fucking
thinking
years.
he was like a young guy. You get what I'm saying? I'm thinking
Right.
he's 30,
Oh.
40.
So
He's
my
old as
question
shit.
is they gonna close down the courthouses because of the coronavirus?
It's
So-
already closed down.
Oh, so
My
did
auntie
you have
went
to
to
go to court?
My auntie went to court yesterday to fight a ticket. It says closed down for the next 60 days. That was Dearborn Heights.
What about Detroit?
I'm not sure about Detroit.
'Cause I
But
just went. I
she
just
well,
paid
she
my
just
still,
$170.
you still got to go get that 170.
I already paid their ass. Shit, I already paid them.
You better send it in the email.
They said I had to pay them that day.
yeah,
Shit,
they not
before
playing.
5 o'clock.
Oh, don't play with them. Don't you
Detroit
dare.
is unorganized. So,
They so
they not
irritated.
finna be.
I
they not
don't like
closing.
36th District.
I went to court the
okay?
other day. It was a line outside like Jeezy was in there. And I'm serious. And it was I got to court at 9. I got to the building at 9. I got out the car. I was dropped off in front of the building. I didn't get inside the building until like 9:35.
Oh, hell. Was that they
I
must
was in
schedule
the front.
everybody
When
court.
I walked
Did-
up the
did they have
stairs
toilet
at
paper in there? What
9:31.
was-
No, that's Frank Murphy.
I walked up the stairs
Oh, Frank
I got out the
Murphy.
car at 9:30.
Yeah.
I walked up the stairs at 9:31. I
Yeah,
got
Frank
in the
Murphy,
courthouse.
you gonna be
You
standing
see,
out.
they put
standing outside.
You see, they put the thing over there now, so you can stand outside.
What is
Because
it?
you
Heat
used to
lamp?
just be out there.
Is it a heat
You
lamp?
used to just ain't
it's
no
not-
heat
it's
lamp.
like a thing over
Just
your
a
head.
Little
awning.
shed over the little awning because it
Yeah.
used to just be out there.
And that's the one thing I don't like, and it's
Rain,
because
sleet, or
Detroit
snow.
official.
Tornado.
I
You better be up
like,
there.
why is it that in this city here, it's like, why are we treated like criminals? I mean, some people are going for criminal cases, but for the people going to 36th District
Well,
to
you're
pay
not
a
really
ticket,
considered.
why are you
Stop
not
playing
allowing
around.
Sometimes
highlighters?
you're really not considered a
Stop playing
criminal.
No, why can't I bring a
Until they-
highlighter in 36th?
until the case is over.
No, I don't
Majority Negro.
I don't know why.
Negro.
Because I can poke you out
Capital
with my
K,
key.
N,
So,
E,
So if you go to reference,
what is a highlighter going
you
to
go to
do?
reference court, you see how beautiful and nice
Capital
it is.
K.
When I go to Dearborn, when I go to Oakland County,
It's beautiful in there.
I just feel like I could go in and do
Frank
business.
Murphy is
When
shitty.
I go into 36th District, I'm like, am I going to jail?
I'm
Like,
about to
He
tell
damn.
possibly will.
Take that belt off. You can't have it. Like,
Capital K.
and they not friendly. They
You got
so
attitude?
E.
Well, you can come
ignorant
back.
and mean. Right.
You can come back.
And we'll tase you.
You can come back.
We'll tase your
They'll
ass
tell you that in a
bitch.
minute, too. You can come back. Ain't nobody got time for
No, you need to get another job, baby.
No,
'Cause
they
I
don't
don't
care.
want your. No.
Capital K, N double E.
Sometimes
Bro,
I got to figure it out
Negro.
because I can't keep support.
Man.
I can't keep paying salaries to public servants that can't respect me as a
I ain't gonna lie.
citizen.
And guess what? It's gonna keep coming out your check.
And I'm at no.
gonna
I
keep
guess I'm gonna
coming
be
out.
working
You
under
gotta
the table.
move to a
Let me work
different
under
city.
the table. Let me
You
go
gotta
to
work
Dearborn.
Hey, like, you know what seems to be the problem? I don't know.
But
I'm a
Dearborn is
little
closed
off
the next
track.
60 days.
I'm a little off track, but I don't know why. You know,
I don't
They
know
know
when we
what's
go
going on.
somewhere, why we always have a problem with our own people that's running
Oh my
something.
God! Yes.
I want to say something, but I'm kind of nervous because something happened to
I'm
me
gonna
just
say
Thursday.
last
just say-
year at St. Patrick's Day, I went to the Old Shillelagh, and it was a black guy working security, and he letting people, and Dave,
But
no
you
disrespect,
can't.
He let white people in, just come on.
We
And
can't.
then when I come, he like, it's always my people trying to cut. Like, you just let 20 other people in, and I cussed him out. And it's like, so you go play me?
You gonna play the race car, and you just played the race car.
Listen.
No, I definitely did.
No, I'm
I
just
told
saying,
him,
he just played the race car. You let
he
them
like,
in.
it's always my people trying to get over. Nigga, then you should be letting us because we need it.
I was just.
Why is you letting all these? You trying to show face for somebody who can give two fucks about you,
I have
but yet
a
the
question.
person that's gonna
I
have
have
your
something to
back,
say.
you gonna try to play me like I'm trying to get down.
Me and my friend,
But he
we
let me
both
in
go
after
to
I
the
gave him the
same
work.
probation office.
He was nice after that day. He was like, oh, "Come on, babe, come on."
Me and my friend, we both go to the same probation office. His probation officer is a older white male. My probation officer is a older black woman. His probation officer is the nicest probation officer you
In and
ever
out of there.
seen.
You in and out
What
of
are you
there.
talking about? He has no problems with him.
Yeah,
at
come
all.
on in. I see you on the 16th.
Everything good? Cool. See you next month.
See you
All
next
right,
month.
We out of here. And he paid him up. So he was like, I'm gonna try my hardest to get you off of this so you don't have to keep seeing me anymore.
Wow.
A year early.
Or make it to you mail in.
My probation officer,
Non-report.
sir, I just met her yesterday. I just met her. She called me while I was at work. I was told to just not come in because I had to work and report the next day. She called me while I was at work. No, I called her and I was like, I feel kind of weird about the person I talked to. Let's just call her.
Right.
She told me if I don't leave work right now, she's going to put a warrant out for my arrest.
You feel what I'm
A
saying?
warrant out for my arrest would have me being in prison for 1 to 7 years. I am on that for driving.
Jesus.
Not a gun, not a drug, not a murder.
For traveling.
Damn.
For driving.
Traveling.
Traveling.
I told her,
this
are
is-
you
Well,
serious?
well,
I was
this
like,
is
I'm
a
at work
blessing
right
that
now.
we
Is this the story you've told before?
Yes,
I mean,
with the
so it
fleet
was
eluding.
well. Okay, technically you were driving, but you were driving like an
Fleeting.
asshole.
I was getting away.
running.
But what she's saying is, if I don't leave work, I'm like talking to her. She
Like,
can
you
hear.
want me to get fired?
I'm like, I'm at work.
How you want me to pay you?
You know I'm at work.
Next week.
Yeah.
Because y'all asked me where
Then
I
if I
am,
lose my
and
job,
I'm
I'll
not
get a
supposed to lie. So technically, I can't lie to you. You asked me, where are you? And I told you I'm at work. And they said, what time do you get
So
off?
you should have been like, can you just leave your job right now and
No.
go somewhere?
So, and then when I got
No.
off,
right
she
now.
told me,
Not on your lunch break.
I told her, well, can we, I asked because I said, well, what am I doing? I'm just coming in to show my face, right? Yes. So I was like, can I do this tomorrow? No.
Can we FaceTime?
Okay,
Can we-
boom. So I
Right.
get to the probation office. Guess how long I was in there?
A
5
second.
minutes. Guess what she told me to do after that? I was like, oh, I'm about to try to go back to work. Oh, no. I want you to go home because I want to do a home visit now.
What?
After she just saw you?
So I went home. I'm thinking she's coming right out of the building. She was like, I'm going to follow you. I got home. She waited 3 hours to come to my house. I fell asleep. When I woke up, she was at the door.
No.
Guess what she did? Hold on,
Her to her
but
boss.
guess what she did when I got to the door? I'm thinking she's about to walk around the whole house.
She just came to see you.
She came.
too.
She said, "Okay," and got back in the car.
So you made me miss work. I don't know. I would have reported her. I'm sorry. I don't give a damn.
She's an older.
I don't
black
care.
Woman
You go. I don't
that's out of
care.
shape,
We
and
both
she has
gonna
a
be.
mustache.
So
So-
she ain't getting no PP, basically.
But I'm actually kind of scared to talk about this on the podcast because she might try to violate me. But she
Well,
told
I'll
me
talk about
I
it
can
for you.
up your.
Facebook.
I can up the
Your time
time
on probation.
for 5 years.
Yeah.
I'm on it for 18 months. That's what the
But
judge
you know, some
told me.
people I feel like just
Now
judge.
she's saying basically she's over the judge. Fuck what the judge said.
Yeah, if she's showing that you're not compliant.
Dude, why did people have to get power trips like that shit?
Exactly.
Like,
It's
how-
your own people.
How
That's what-
angry are you? Like,
That's
how
why-
shitty
That's
is your life
That's why we saying our
that
own
you gotta
people.
fuck with people like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And meanwhile,
you-
my
and-
homeboy, he got the
Other guy.
older
and he
white
like,
male.
I
He
ain't
like,
trying
look,
to come
nigga,
over
I don't
there.
even want to keep seeing you.
I don't even
Just
know
pay
your
the money
address.
and get up out of here.
Just make sure the mail come there. But that is always our people. It's always, and it's like they
Power
be
trip.
it's always, and it's sad.
Oh, hold on. This is where it killed me. So I was sitting there and I was listening to all the stuff that she said. She said, "Congratulations, you're on probation." I said, "Congratulations." It was eating me up. I couldn't just not say nothing. I'm like, "Congratulations." She's like, "Yes, this is a privilege. You need to fix your face."
So basically,
She
you could
told
be
me
in
I need to
prison.
fix my face. So like, damn, I can't even look.
So you know those type of people be the people
She'll
that
violate you.
they look at you and they just
Don't
think,
fucking get
"Oh,
violated."
He just a young little boy.
Yeah,
You know, he
little
just
young
young
piece of
black.
shit.
They doing that for the
That's
kid.
she the type
So
of
when she asked me,
she the
where did
type
I
of
work
motherfucker
at?
to lock her door when you walk past.
When I asked her, when she asked me where did I
Yeah,
work
literally.
at, she was like, "Where do you work?"
Dude,
I was
you're a-
like, "I
you're
work
a-
for
you're
Ford
a-
Murder Company." She
you
was
are-
like,
and I've been there
"Really?"
10 years.
She was mad, like she had like an attitude.
and
I
I've been
told her I
there
worked-
10 years.
You
Like,
are
how-
a
how long have you
checkbox
been
and a
there?
statistic.
That's
Exactly.
crazy.
And I would have called her boss, and I would have been
And you'd have
reporting
been
her.
violated.
And I don't care.
Yeah, you'd have been violated in
can't
prison.
play
And
with
then
my
I would have
life.
brought Channel 2 up
See,
there.
it's different.
At that motherfucker
See,
with
look.
a post sign saying
See?
discrimination.
See what I'm saying?
And I don't
And look,
look.
I
Look.
can't play.
You better
See what I'm
cause
saying?
some ruckus if you,
You
want
see what
some.
she talking about? She trying to see you in
positivity.
prison.
She want me to go down.
No.
You see how the chair went down?
He's
She want me to go down. Listen. You want to be on the show by yourself, just you and E. And Dave.
No, but you know what? I'm gonna have to find this.
I mean,
woman
but
for
see,
you.
see one
I'ma
thing.
have
See,
to put a
sometimes
bug in her ear.
look, cause see one thing. What we had for us black males, it's a lot different.
I get it.
For black women,
I'm scared.
it's
That's
a
'cause
little
a
different.
lot of black
See,
guys
y'all
are
can scream at the
petty.
top of y'all lungs and shout about it. And
no,
really,
we
listen,
cannot.
listen what I'm saying.
To a certain
You
perspective.
to a certain point,
To a
you can
certain
scream a little bit
Yeah.
before the ruckus comes.
scream.
If we scream, they scream.
They finna shoot me.
Just like I had
It's-
this
it's-
incident.
It's I mean it's a
it's
it's
worse.
a stupid entendre,
It's worse
but
for guys,
True.
but
You know?
it's not no different for us because like
It's
just
different.
like I was talking
It's
at
a
work,
small-
and it's
It's a very
one of
big
a person
difference.
at my job was saying like her husband worked at a company, and it was a white lady who was sending like this is the lady is her husband is her boss, her boss's boss.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, you going 2 chains up and you sending emails telling people how you're annoyed with what they're telling
Yeah.
you. But this is not the first time you sent this. Now, because she white, she didn't even get fired. Let me
She's
send.
not gonna
Soon
get
as I
fired.
send, they gonna be like, oh, because black women we
Sorry.
can't have emotions.
This
We
really isn't
can't-
working out
Exactly.
anymore.
You done told people you done sent
You're,
multiple emails.
What's the word?
We've eliminated
The one
your
thing-
position.
the one thing that
it's
you
this
guys
word
do,
that they s-
black
hold on.
women when they
You're
do send
controversial.
when if somebody like you was to send that email, you would send it precisely. That's the one. See, this the difference between what I'm saying. Like y'all got the capabilities of arguing. Y'all would send that email precisely, and it might go over a little different than him sending it precisely and it's coming from.
Oh yeah, I think
You're
if
gonna
he
go.
sent
You're gonna
it
come at it from a
between
boom, boom,
us,
boom, boom, boom.
But if
You're
he
gonna
had
say,
a black woman
I
boss,
talked to HR.
Nah.
Blase, this happened. I will report this. I blah 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 blah.
My
and
grievance didn't go
his
over
grievance
well.
and your grievance gonna be totally
depending
different.
on who the boss. Because if
Yeah,
it's a
sometimes that
woman, then you probably gonna get more clout than
No.
me. No, because sometimes in certain situations, black women they
Black
cater
men
to
are-
the
I'm
men
gonna tell you something.
more than they do the women.
He has to be a
See,
very
I'm a different kind of black.
yeah. He black
Okay.
black.
So I'm serious. I've been working in where I work for. I'm not gonna say a long time, but
long enough.
8 years. I don't get the privilege of a lot of different individuals. I have to do a lot to get to a certain point.
Right.
When I get into it with the higher ups, you know what's crazy about my job is I have got into it with so many supervisors that they like me now,
Right.
the higher ups, because I know them from getting in trouble.
Exactly. Right.
That's how they even know me. But they would have never knew me. But other than that, like, say, for instance, they say, you got to respect me. I'm thinking to myself, I've been working. You might be the supervisor, but you've been working here a month. I've been working 8 years. You telling me how to do my job that I've been doing
right.
for all these years. You've been working here a month.
And
Somebody's training you. I basically got to train you on how to do my job.
How
But
to
you
And
gonna
train
tell
you-
me-
how to do my job.
But
And
you
then
still
to
gotta
train
tell-
you how to
but-
chastise me.
And then you're going to
Right.
tell me
Ain't that a
I got to
bitch?
respect you? And you not even finna be here long.
I got to train you how to chastise
Come
me.
on.
Is
I
that some
get it.
shit?
I get
There's
it.
just a lot
But
of
I
I mean-
know we
stuff in
can't.
that
I know
business
black
world.
women, we can't have no emotion.
No, me and Hugh was just talking about.
Yeah,
Listen,
no
me and
emotion.
Hugh was on the way when we was here, and we were just talking about how you guys do have to. It's like a give and take because women, black women in
Oh, yeah,
particular, y'all got a lot to deal with.
Yeah.
Y'all got a lot of different angles, and it comes like a lot of y'all disruptive and crazy shit that happen out here happens from so many different angles.
Aspects.
You know what I mean? Y'all have to deal with perverts and I don't know, child molesters and you know what I mean, like
Weird stuff.
weirdos and
Dude, one of the craziest conversations
You know what
I've
I
ever
mean?
had in my life was when I was building out this studio and I noticed something and I had to ask somebody about it. I said, okay, look, I said, I've noticed, because, the street's right outside. I said, why is it that not the people that were coming here, but the people that like just from the neighborhood, why is it that guys always walk on the sidewalk and girls always walk in the middle of the street?
They don't want to get snatched.
they don't want to be bothered by
See,
those
I didn't.
people.
I had like that was not even that never.
They don't want to get snatched.
And
They
the guy
don't want
was
to
like,
be
yeah,
bothered.
they don't want to
you know?
get dragged. They don't want to be abandoned
Exactly.
buildings.
Yes.
They don't. And I'm
Dragged
like,
in no
like that just
building.
never even
Just
dawned
imagine
on me.
that though.
Yeah.
I mean, that's some stuff that we don't even have to go through.
Yeah.
That's something that we can't imagine. We can't imagine like their social skills are different.
Yeah.
We was talking about this.
You know what I mean? Like she has to differently socially make herself capable of talking to different guys
People,
and
right.
different people. Oh, I don't know if this guy's a weirdo. Is this dude
She
gonna?
got shot. A guy tried to get her number, and she was basically like, "Oh, I got a boyfriend. It's okay." He followed her to her car. He stood over her. You know how can somebody get in the car and
And
you
you
stand
stand over
over
the car,
window. And then her friend was like, "Damn!" Like she just said.
No,
And like he
thank
followed her all the way from the bar, all the way outside to the car. She's like, "Damn." I guess the friend was just getting like fed up because
Right.
she was being so nice, but she probably was just like, that's her defense of is being nice. And
That's
she was
like my
listen,
defense too.
I'm like, her girl was like, damn, nigga, she just told you she was straight. He was like, what? She was like, you know what I'm saying? No, I just got a boyfriend. He pulled a gun out and shot him.
Wow.
She didn't kill him, but he still shot her though. Like, what the fuck?
And that's crazy.
And that's the
because-
type of shit they have to deal
But
with.
that's why I have, like, when I meet people in the streets, if they say, what's your number? I just hurry up and just change the subject, or I just
They
like,
say
you
you should
better
have
be
a
careful
Google
out
number.
here, you know. Because
They say you should have a
I just
Google number
start
because your phone
talking
still
about-
rings.
But I just still
No,
talking
because
about.
you have a Google number and your phone still rings.
Yeah, I done had that, and people just texting is still annoying. So I give people my number not just because, and I don't ever
You
answer.
just block it.
And they eventually stop calling after about 3 months. But some people take
Some
years
people
to
take a
stop.
long
I'd be like,
time,
damn,
yeah.
I ain't answered this phone at all. Why are you
I
still
ain't answer
calling
one
me?
text. You fucking weirdo.
Exactly. But
I
I
feel
do
like calling the
sometimes. I just be
police.
like, here, the number is this shit. Because I don't even feel like talking. And then sometimes you be like, I got a man. Oh, I'm
So
married.
just
They be
that's
like, oh, I
that's
got
what
a
I'm saying. Like
woman.
imagine that.
Like, what?
Imagine you having to give your information out to somebody you don't want to give your
some
information.
aggressive females
I
out
couldn't
here,
even
Thank God
understand
for
that.
block.
I couldn't even
Just
understand that
block
feeling
their ass.
though.
I'm not about to get
Like
shot.
you know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna take your number and I'm gonna block you. So I'm gone. See you later. Or some people, like if you know that you a bum and you out here begging
A
for
bum?
literally,
They
and
don't
you
care
out
about
here
that.
pumping gas and begging for change, but you want to ask me for my
I
number.
like you.
No, I'm gonna be like, oh,
I'm a
you
bum,
be careful
but-
out here now. It's
Yeah.
a sunny day.
I love
I
you.
just say anything to change the subject.
I can wreck your leaves every day. I like you.
Don't.
I'm a bum, but that means.
And I have a hard time because I have that problem of saying no because I'm such a good-hearted person. So I always think about I don't want to hurt somebody's feelings because you never know. I
Yeah.
don't want my feelings hurt. So I always try to find the best approach. But then some days you
shoot 'em
get
down.
Kiki, and Kiki don't give a fuck. She be like, fuck you, and I don't give a damn.
Kiki Wyatt. Kiki.
But for the most-
Damn, she's a
Kiki
killer.
Wyatt. She
was
don't
a
play.
Stabber.
She don't play.
But for for the most part, I do
Or the
try
other
to think
Kiki.
about people's feelings.
What the other Kiki say?
What was it?
What's her saying? The gag is.
The gag.
The gag is.
But it is unfortunate that we have to go through more because I feel like guys,
Yeah, y'all do go through a
you
lot
know,
Y'all go through different.
Different levels of more.
Yes,
how many girls coming up to you just asking for your number though?
But okay, you might be right.
That's
but how
just
many-
a
I'm
different-
talking about just
that's
anybody.
just a different more.
Somebody with no teeth in their mouth.
Well,
Just,
okay.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
can-
hey,
That's true.
like
That's true.
But how many police is coming up to you asking you a whole bunch of fucking questions every week? So that's why I said it's the
but
level.
they some of them pull you over just to get your
But
number.
I'm saying I'm saying the average.
I got locked up and they asked the guy came to me on I got locked up for something stupid. I don't even know why. And when I left out the next day, they held me for like 8 hours for whatever. And then they let me out. He gonna say, Didn't you say you was gonna give me your number? I'm like,
After they let you out of jail, boy, if you don't
I've
get the
been in
fuck
this
away
cell
from
for
me,
8 hours. You ain't
you
brought me
big
a
dumb
burner. You ain't
motherfucker.
brought me a bag of hot chips.
you ain't brought
And
me
then when I leave out,
you ain't even give me an
because
extra
I went,
blanket.
when
nigga.
they took me, I just left a place, so I was dressed up a little bit.
Nigga ain't even bring you an extra blanket.
Did you say? Did
I'm
you
saying,
say you was giving
like
me?
you?
Hell no.
That's why I said
Ain't no Uber out here
y'all
for
go
me.
through certain stuff, but it might be like the same level, but it's just a different type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, say for instance, when I just got out of jail, I got followed by the police probably 5 times. The first week I was out.
All right.
You not going through that, but I'm not going through a nigga trying to
Right.
sexually
Follow her
harass
5
me.
times.
You know
Or
what I'm saying?
kidnap your
Yeah,
Like you say,
but the
follow
police
you.
is trying to kidnap
Police
you.
following you 5 times. It's
They
it's 5
A nigga
weirdos
trying to
following her.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like it's a different
Like
level
the
to
police
that
will
shit.
see me if the police on the side of me and they looking, they'll stop. Like,
And back up. Yeah.
All right. That's what my brother.
They won't
they'll
do you
try to
like
see
that.
who was in the car.
They won't do the women like that.
Sometimes they do us like that, depending
Every
on
blue
what
moon.
city you in. Shit.
That's every
you
blue.
black. They gonna be like, I have to. When I ride past the police, I act like I'm having the time of my life. I be dancing like.
I can't act like that.
I got
They
it.
can tell we faking. They can
I be
tell.
like this in the car. I got like I'm shooting a layup. They be like, what's wrong with that nigga?
I remember one time the state police was on the line, and you know how they drive slow sometimes, and you like, I just railed past there, so he pulled me over, like, you can't ride past us. I'm like, you was going under the speed limit, and I got to pee.
You gotta understand they
They be
power
mad.
trip too.
Yeah,
I
they
know
be
he was
power
mad,
trip.
but he didn't say nothing. He
I
let
just
me
seen
go.
I just seen a video of a police chasing a guy. Now the girl, she was in a big there in Miami right now. This is probably like 2 or 3 days ago. They're in Miami. I don't know what's going on in Miami, but it's always something going on down
Exactly.
there. So,
It's spring break.
Oh, I saw that when he beat her up.
Spring
but
break.
he was chasing a guy.
And
he
then
was chasing
grabbed
another
her.
guy. He bumped her. He was embarrassed.
So he started beating
And he
her up.
fucked her up. He choked her,
I would
punched her.
sue the whole day
Yeah.
county.
Like, why in the hell would you do
But
that?
that's
just
what
because
happened
you-
that night. I
your
got
ego?
arrested. My friend, he shot a gun in the air, just being drunk. And the police it was an
Allegedly.
event. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
And it was an event going on.
Don't really know.
It was an event going on, right.
You have
and they
no
just
recollection
You have
pulled
no
up-
those
recollection.
events.
I don't remember. But then I see that, I'm just like, chill, because they came, as soon as they put the corner, they was just like, shh. So I was like, whoa. I was like, I'm trying to just advocate for him, like, he just drugged her. So he was just like, shut up, bitch. And I'm like, bitch?
The police said
Yes.
this?
I was like, yo, mama, bitch.
Oh yeah, you
So
going
he
to jail?
ran up on me and
You
pushed
going to
me.
motherfucking jail?
And I almost fell. So I called 911. And I was
You
like, what's your
black
badge number? So he said, oh, you going to jail.
You going to jail? You black bitch.
But he did tell somebody, like, I
He
had
wanted to
to
call you-
arrest her because my friend got a cop with her.
And he called you a
So she
black.
was like-
all type of black bitches.
No, he talking about you just need to stop talking. I'm like, no, you need to stop talking to me because I can say what I want as long as you
Hey Hugh,
That's
talk
how
to
people
me,
get hurt.
You get responded
Listen,
to.
I'm about
hey
to tell
Hugh.
you.
I
Just
didn't say
check
nothing
this out.
crazy, but
Check
I was
this out
defending
right here.
myself. At the
Check
end of the
this
day,
out.
Dave, I got the
You
right
would've
of
scared
freedom
me
of
in the
speech.
Check
car
that.
with me.
Check this out.
I got the
I'm not
freedom of
going
speech.
nowhere with you
Ever.
because you're gonna have us all
You gonna
fucking
get
in
killed.
No,
jail.
look, only
We
You're
gonna get shot.
We
Look.
gonna get shot.
if they
You
don't,
gonna live. I'm
She
gonna die.
gonna live. We
The
gonna be
darkest
dead.
is going first.
let me tell you something. Soon as I get disrespected,
I could tell.
That's on you.
We going to jail.
No, you ain't going to jail. I'm going to jail because I'm
Yeah,
about
you
to
going to
come-
jail. I'm going to
coming.
hell because they gonna kill
They
me.
gonna kill him. He moved.
What the fuck is you talking
Don't
about?
stop resisting.
At the end of the day,
Stop resisting.
I'm not afraid of
Self-preservation
nobody
is key.
because at the end of the
Stop
day,
resisting.
They're
I know.
public servants. I don't
Listen.
owe you nothing.
But listen, this
you
is what you
owe
gotta-
me.
and
You're
this
supposed
is-
to be
stop
protecting the
resisting.
And this
servant,
is
not
the difference.
harassing.
And this is the difference
So I don't
between
care.
me and you. I gotta tell you. This is
little-
the
I
difference.
understand you're a black man.
You
No,
and you,
no, I
you
gotta
little
hear
black
you. Hear me
motherfucker,
out.
quit! Stop resisting.
Hear me out.
Community self-police.
Hear me out.
Self-police.
See,
Self-preservation.
Listen to
Self-police.
her.
But
You're
listen-
going to
Self-police.
get
Listen,
fucked
you
up.
gotta hear me out.
Other communities
But
say
listen,
that.
Look at her eyes.
Self-preservation.
Look at her eyes.
Listen.
You're going to die, you that day.
Listen, I gotta tell you
Look,
something.
she is going to be serious. You motherfuckers, why are you fucking
Self-preservation
pulling
Let me
me
tell
over?
you
I
something
gotta tell
right
you
now.
something.
Before we get on, it's 8 o'clock, and I'm gonna let
Why
you
you
know this
fucking
right
pulling me
now.
over?
I got the God of Israel backing me up
See
every
what I'm
day,
saying?
all day.
Oh,
and
yeah.
anybody listen to me, you know what I'm talking
yeah,
about.
you
I'm not
going down,
worried.
you.
I'm not
Now listen,
worried.
Oh,
I'm gonna tell you
yeah,
something.
If it's
you.
my time,
I
it's
understand.
my time.
I'm
You.
gonna tell you
You
something.
going down,
And that's
you.
cool. But listen, it's 8 o'clock. At 8:30, I got something to do. I'm not trying to get killed in the car with you because the God of Israel is
You
backing
going
you.
down.
And they got a
He's not
40
worried about
cal.
if it's your time. He's worried about if it's suddenly
My
his
time.
time.
What are you
Because
talking about?
it's his time because of your mouth.
You going down.
I'm not going nowhere with her ass.
Let me tell you, I don't
I'm not
look,
going nowhere with
I'm
you.
not the
I'm talking
papa.
about you want to go out of town and do shows. They got heavy gang activity in them towns. I'm a blood. I don't care if it's no Crips up in here. I'm going to throw up my set if I fucking want to.
Oh, okay.
Seize
No,
up.
I'm
Neighborhood,
scared.
rolling 60s.
I need to be
She's crazy.
scared.
She
You
gonna
know
be
how
like
many
this.
We
girls?
going down.
Do you
The
know how
blood's gonna
many?
kill us.
You know how
We
many
gonna die.
women,
They
young
gonna
women that
stump
got
us to the-
shot because
Look
of guys
at her.
like
Look at how her look with the hand
Yes,
and
you look at you
everything.
talking about some-
Hey, Hugh.
I don't give a fuck.
Hey, Hugh,
You
with
better
it,
give a fuck.
we going to fucking jail.
I don't care if
Hugh.
we in Compton, California, in front of the blood.
Hugh, she gonna be like, you
No,
motherfucker
let
pulled
me
me
tell you
over for
something.
I don't
what?
care if
What
we-
the fuck we
and
do?
that in real
We going to
situations,
jail.
I don't
I
care if
use
this is
my
a motorcycle
intuition.
clip.
I don't be acting ignorant. Okay, I'm not about to be Keisha.
I hope.
No. I use my brain,
But if the
but
police
at
is-
the same time, I know my rights.
No,
and
we
I know
don't
the
want-
law.
we-
So
I would
suggest
rather
you study
Keisha-
and you too.
I would rather
listen,
Keisha
Because if
than
the police know you kind of know what you talk about, they're less likely to
I would rather
do
Keisha
as
than
much.
That's not
Adrian.
true.
I would agree with that, but I
That's
think the
not
best
true.
statement that I've heard, and it was from a black friend of mine, said, Dave, I respect your opinion on this, but it's better to be alive than right.
Okay.
Right. I'm going to tell you.
Like, cause
I
I
ain't
would,
even gonna say what
like
I
I
was
would
thinking.
respect Keisha
on
because
air, but
when
later
you
I
pull
tell
out
you.
the what you said, Israel, the God
God
loves
of
you.
Israel,
Oh my
Girl.
God, we going down.
Going
GOI.
down.
We fucking going down.
You
Hugh.
not
Hugh,
definitely
shut up.
going
Hugh,
down.
shut
You
up.
definitely gonna
Put your
be,
head down,
You
Hugh.
definitely gonna be like,
Hugh,
thank
put your hand
God
on the-
she was in the
put your hand
car
on the
because
dash.
we would have been dead.
Put your hand on the
if
dashboard.
she wasn't here.
Listen,
Stop
I'm gonna tell you
resisting.
something.
I'm sorry.
Listen.
Stop
I have
resisting.
been in so
Stop.
many
Stop
police
resisting.
situations,
Stop
and I'm glad
resisting.
that she was never there.
I'm so glad she wasn't there.
I
Get
would
to point
not
that
be
motherfucking
here.
finger. You
would
you
be
know, like I
there.
don't know what y'all think y'all own
Because they
but I know-
already come into the
I'm calling
car
my
with
lawyer.
the gun.
Call
Yep.
my lawyer.
They already know my name because they read the
I don't
plate.
even roll my window down.
I
It's
already
like
Oh,
this
shit.
much down.
Oh yeah, they shooting.
We
If
going
he
to
said,
jail.
They finna bust the
he
window.
gonna say, I can't hear you. I said, if you can respond to me, then you can hear me, sir. So you definitely heard me. So slide that paper through here and keep it moving. Like I don't
wait.
got time.
Ooh, Hugh.
Yeah. Bust the window, shoot
That's
him,
'cause
stab
most
him.
of y'all scared.
her.
resisting.
Most of y'all already scared and intimidated as soon as you see
As soon
them.
as I
I
see
don't
them.
like the fact that as soon as the police come, you gotta feel intimidated. I don't
I'm
like the fact
intimidated.
you're not gonna make me feel powerless,
See
and
what
I
I'm
don't
saying?
like that feeling
Listen
because
to that.
at the end
Hugh.
of the day, you are
Hugh.
a public servant.
Queen and Slim.
Hugh.
My taxes
Hugh.
that I'm
Slim.
working is
We
paying
going
your
to jail.
salary.
going
How?
down.
We going down.
Why
with
is
her.
it that you get to disrespect
Listen to her.
me?
That is factually accurate.
Don't disrespect me.
That is
Cool.
that is
Listen to her
factually
face.
Hey,
accurate.
look, and look.
Ooh,
I like
Winter.
the way that you're right.
By the same
You're
token,
right. We never said
I
that you
should
wasn't
not.
right.
By the same time, I should not have to have conversations with my 12-year-old daughter
That's true.
We're not
about
saying that you're not
yes,
right.
people
You-
will
you-
judge
you
you based
100%
on
They'll
how
right.
you
smoke
dress.
you.
That's
You
true.
100%
I shouldn't
right.
have to have
They'll
those
still smoke
conversations.
your
But
right
it's
ass.
true.
But it's
She
reality.
100% right.
That's true.
We
In
didn't
a
never say you
perfect
wasn't right.
world,
I have to. You right.
Pow, pow, pow.
You right.
Stop
Listen, we
resisting.
never said you wasn't right, but they will
But
smoke
we
your
also-
right
Stop
ass.
resisting.
They will
But we
spray your
also
right ass in the face.
Dave, we
resisting.
also have to
Days.
change that thought. We have new generations.
Stop
coming up.
resisting.
Oh,
We
you
have
a lawyer.
to change that
Absolutely.
mindset.
Stop
If we
resisting.
start now letting them know, look, I don't care if a woman out here butt naked because there's some places in different countries where women don't have clothes in tribes, but men ain't going up to them grabbing their titties and they butts just because it's out. You have to have a conscious mind to say, I still respect this woman
Absolutely.
regardless. You can't just say, and it's an individual thing. Stop making excuses for it's a double standard. No, you still an individual and you still making a choice.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
And when you make a choice to judge and even an officer, when you make a choice to say,
kill me.
I'm going to kill this black guy or I'm going to profile him,
But I can't lie.
But they're still going to pay for that.
I said, when you
But
come,
you're dead.
yeah, but I don't want to
You
pay
might
my
not be
life.
dead.
See, ain't nobody got time to be.
Yeah, see,
Hey,
you gonna be
see what I'm
talking
saying?
I
that.
feel like your intuition is always there.
No,
Your
no.
spirit always
I feel
talk
like
to you.
she'll be the perfect person to deliver your eulogy.
Yeah, she gonna talk good at the city hall meeting.
Yeah. I can't
Justice
believe
for you, Chambers.
justice for
Death. I don't want justice
Hey.
for my death. I want
you.
to
You
be
are
alive.
100% right.
You'd be the perfect person.
Out there with a fuck the police sign in one
Yeah.
hand.
Fuck 12.
And
Justice
remember
for you.
Remember
sign in
you.
the other.
Got my t-shirt on.
Fuck
Got my
that.
t-shirt on.
No, I don't want to be dead.
No, I mean, I do pray and hope that it can get better. People can start taking accountability for their actions
Listen.
instead of hiding behind
Absolutely.
I
bullshit.
got just one last situation. I was getting
It's
pulled
not
over. I was
getting
pulled over
I'm
in
tr-
the driveway at a young lady's house, and there was a lot of ladies there. I got pulled over. I was in the driveway. Actually, I didn't get pulled over. I was in the driveway waiting for somebody to come out, and the police came up, and they was walking up with a gun. So I really couldn't see. I just
wow.
seen a silhouette of a person with a gun. I'm like, what the fuck? Somebody finna try to rob me or they finna try to kill me. So when I heard freeze, I was kind of happier. I'm
Right.
like, okay, freeze, it's the police. They not finna just run up shooting at me. Boom.
Exactly.
So when I heard freeze, the people in the house heard freeze. It was a lot of people in the house. They all came outside. They were yelling. He was talking to me real low. My hands was on the dashboard. He said, "Put your hands on the dashboard." Now, when he said that, before he said, "Put your hands on the dashboard," he said, "Don't move or I'll shoot." So I was just like, okay, I put my hands on the dashboard, and then he said, "Don't move or I'll shoot." Then he said, very low, nobody else could hear him. Now everybody heard him say freeze. Everybody heard him say, "Put your hands on the dashboard." Nobody can hear him say, "Don't move or I'll shoot." Nobody.
Exactly.
Of course.
And then he's told me very low, "Open the door." I was like, hell no, I ain't
no,
opening
you
the door.
just
Now I'm
said-
talking to him like this. I'm like, I'm not opening the door, bro. You just told me if I move, you're gonna shoot me. And I know for a fact all the people on that porch can't hear you say,
Exactly.
"Open the fucking door." He was like, "Open the door." You was trying to shoot me.
Yeah.
If I would have opened that door, and it was at the time Ford Explorers had changed their door handle from this to, it was like a thing down where you had to
right.
pop that latch.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So if I would have looked like, I'm reaching for a gun
Exactly.
now.
Boom.
It was 50 people outside yelling and shit
Boom,
like that.
boom, boom, boom.
He was telling me to tell him to shut up.
Stop
I'm like, I can't
resisting.
You
stop
tell
that.
them to shut up.
He was like,
Shit.
Stop
and,
resisting.
and I can tell like it's so much going on
Dude, see, heat of
that
the
he
moment,
can
I'd
make
have
a
been-
mistake
the
and
only
shoot
way,
me.
The only way I'd
Stop
been like, look,
resisting.
then officer, and been real loud. I am going to roll down my window
Yeah.
and open the door from
Stop
the outside
resisting.
handle.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
kept my hand. I was like, no, you open the door. You just told me.
Yep.
And I just never moved my hands. But that's just to go to show you, like what you're saying. You might be right. The people on the porch, they're right. Whatever they're saying,
Yeah.
they are right. Why are you
But
coming
and
up
when
to me?
you
I'm
in
gonna-
that position,
But at
you
the same
just
time,
never
I don't
know.
want to get smoked.
Exactly.
You're not helping. You're
You're not helping the
people are not
situation.
helping.
They coming to the car. Get the fuck away from him. If he pulled that trigger, y'all was
Exactly.
right. But guess where I'm at?
And that's what I'm saying. He won't go to
Stop
jail.
resisting.
Yeah, I'm not going down. For
You know, I'm starting to look at it eye for an eye, baby. You do me, I do you.
See what I'm saying?
And that's just how I feel. And I don't care.
I ain't gonna lie. That's cool. Don't do it in the car with me though.
I'm not gonna do it in the car. Period.
I'm scared.
I'm not saying at that moment. It's just
No, but see,
that's just a mindset.
sometimes some women at some points
Escalate the
they
situation.
escalate the
but
situation.
no, and that's what I-
even being right.
And
Even being
yeah,
right.
And I think in that situation with my friend, they
Sometimes you
tried
got to
to
shut the
lie and
fuck
say
up.
that I escalated.
Sometimes
they said,
just shut the
but
fuck
no,
up.
they said that about me. They was like, no, she ran up. And I never did. If you had to walk up to me to push
Your
me,
mouth.
how did I? So what?
It ran up.
You
That's how he feel.
No,
Your mouth
the only-
ran up.
He didn't even care about me talking. He was mad that I called the police. So he had to report because then they would have been like, well, that's a report on you.
Mm-hmm.
So because I called, and if I would have just called and stayed in the house, it would have been different. But I went back outside. I was like, what's your badge number? Because they was like, what's the officer's badge number? I'm like, I don't know. Let me go see. And then that's when he arrested me.
Oh.
But then, like I said, he talking
feel
about
me?
don't talk. No, I can say what I want. You're not going to tell me what to say. Stop talking to me. And then you won't have a response because I still got the freedom of speech.
I'm scared still though.
I mean, I understand it. I was scared. I wasn't scared. I was frustrated at the time, so I didn't care.
One thing about that, and this is one of the things I commonly point out to people. Yes, you absolutely have freedom of speech. However, that does not mean freedom from repercussions.
Oh, that's true because I got pushed and I almost got my ankle broke. And then I had to sit in jail for 8 hours.
See, one thing you have to know. One thing I've learned about being in trouble when you go messing with the law, they don't care. If you beat the case, who cares that you beat the case? I inconvenienced the shit out of you. You needed a lawyer. You had to get bailed out. You needed a lawyer.
But you know what? That's why
you needed. They took your car.
Right.
You beat the case though.
Look at all the stuff going on with the Detroit PD drug unit right now.
Right.
Yeah.
And how many cases they're looking at overturning because they planted evidence, because they weren't paying bribes, and yada, yada, yada. Okay, great. You're ultimately proven right. But your ass been sitting in jail for 12 years.
Exactly.
You feel what I'm
Your ass
saying?
been sitting in jail for 10 years.
It's a guy just got.
We care less.
He just did 40.
And we gonna suspend them.
A guy from Detroit just did 40.
All they gonna do is get
years.
suspended.
Yep.
But you know what? That's why I started feeling
40?
like, being proactive is the case. So right now, when you walking around with a wad of money, then you need to have that lawyer on retainer that know that when you go at court, ain't gonna be no, let me call him. It's gonna be, I'm calling you before while they pull up. So just like the rest of them, why you think it be big time black guys too that be big money makers and they go to court and beat every case? Because you have to protect yourself. You have to have a lawyer. You have to have a lawyer on retainer, or you better know the law. Because at the end of the day, if you don't know, you're always going to get railroaded. Black men, black people constantly get railroaded because they don't sit down and take time to read. The laws, every time I get a ticket for anything, I look MCL. What does the MCL say? Did that officer follow protocol?
What is missing MCL?
Michigan code, something. I don't know. I know it's the
Coding
criminal
and licensing.
Something. I know it's on the back of your ticket. So whatever ticket you get, it's the MCL and it's a number behind it. That's the Michigan. Whatever whatever it is. But I look it up every time. Did you follow protocol? It's protocols they have to follow. If they don't follow, your whole case get dismissed before you even go to court. But people don't read and they don't know that and they don't obtain information. Then they get railroad and then they expect us not to know. They expect us not to have knowledge. Half the force don't know the law. They just got jobs. They don't know what they doing. They don't know the code. They just
Michigan
got jobs.
compiled laws. I wanted to make sure I got it right.
Yeah,
Okay.
Michigan. Thank you, Dave.
Before we get out of here, I want to say that I have a comedy show coming up this Wednesday at the Riverside Marina, 11,000 Freud Street, Detroit, Michigan, 4828212. The show starts at 8 p.m. Tickets are $20. There's food available, and we have a VIP open bar. It's a $500 grand prize to the winner and open up for National Comedy Zone comedies executives will be in the building.
In the building.
And it's also hosted by Mike Bonner, comedian.
Mike Bonner. Shout out.
Shout out my man, Mike Bonner.
In conjunction with the Comedy Zone.
Well, we definitely will be there to support you, Hugh, and keep up the good work. And thank you guys for listening to another V-Life podcast here on PodcastDetroit.com.
V-Life.
V-Life.
Next Friday at 7 p.m. again.
That's not vagina life. That's vicarious life, okay?
Exactly.
Don't be thinking we talking vaginas.
And next week, we'll be talking about some other cool stuff. I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to let you wait to listen. And once again, just as a sidebar, protect yourself. Wash your hands.
Wear condoms.
Wear condoms.
Everybody's worried about
Be conscious of
put
the
those
people
condoms
around you.
on.
Be
Kid and play kick step.
conscious of the elderly people
Kid
that's
and play
around.
kick step.
What's
No
the
more
stuff that you
handshakes.
got to eat? What you got to put over the vagina when you eating it?
The dental dam?
Dental dam.
Yeah.
Get you some dental dam, guys.
Face mask,
'Cause
sanitizer,
that
Lysol.
coochie got corona.
You can if you don't if the
They got
Lysol,
corona coochies out here now.
If the Lysol is gone, you can also use
Not
bleach
corona
and water
coochie.
as a disinfectant to wipe down surfaces
I'm
and
waiting for all the
eucalyptics
babies
and
that
water.
That
born.
COVID-19
Because we got all these-
coochie.
We got all these lockdowns now. and the
Right, it's gonna be a
quarantine thing.
baby boom.
And they're going to be called coronials.
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 You heard it here first.
Coronials.
You heard it here
You heard
first.
it here first. So be like
The coronials.
I got that
coronials.
Corona Kush.
Got
too.
that corona.
Don't make no coronials.
I got that Corona Kush.
You
Got
ain't
that
eat-
corona.
Y'all don't be producing no coronials during this
finna
lockdown.
Put this bologna in this Corona.
This bologna and this coronial.
Like I said, wash your hands, read and know your law and know your
Don't
Okay.
ride
Don't
with
be
nobody like Adrian, please.
You better, if you
You're
want
going
to
to
make
jail.
it, you better ride with
You're
me.
going to
Don't
jail.
ride
I've
with
been to
Adrian.
jail and I don't have
She
a
gonna
case.
be at home.
I don't got a record.
That's see,
Hey.
but I do.
Don't
So
ride.
some of the
I'm going to jail. She
She knows,
isn't.
so I do. Peace out. Love you guys.